Welcome back, horror fans. Yes, back on the channel. I know I've been kind of not here, but I'm definitely trying to get back to it and be here more often. As you guys, some of you know, you got the other channel that we've been working on. But anyway, I kind of want to get back over here, back to the really cool stuff that I actually truly enjoy and enjoy it a lot more. This is my real true passion, which is hunting down old flicks and movies that are just wild, bizarre, and I like it. I've got a kind of a line or a connection on some really wacky films that are coming up that I want, or not coming up, but that I may be able to get my hands on. A really large collection of some really bizarro ones that a lot of them I have not seen, and they were around on DVD. You could say probably maybe 20 years ago. They were kind of pretty running pretty rampant on DVD back when I guess the DVDs were the newest, the basically the hottest thing. Blu-ray. This is pre-Blu-ray. I know it's kind of almost hard to say that because I'm like a VHS era type. But anyway, I just went to the record store. My favorite place to definitely go. You will always find me at a record store. It's where I spend a lot of money. And I just was there and I picked up three movies that uh, I remember I have seen them. It's been a very long time since I've seen them. So I really don't know what to expect. I actually started to try to watch one last night, and I just it was getting late, and I didn't end up finishing it. Plus, I got two other ones here to talk to you about. All right, so the first one up that I found, and the place I go to is Zia Records. I'm not sure if you have one in your town, but this one here is a Italian flick. It's a Hell of the Living Dead by Bruno Mattei. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But I saw this on VHS. Uh, God, this had to have been the 90s for sure. I saw this on VHS. I remember this cover art. The guy coming out with his arms drooling. I mean, the cool cover art. I haven't seen it since then. And more than likely, back then, a lot of the tapes were cut. As I grew up, as I found out that a lot of the stuff was edited and cut down. So sometimes when you get some of these new ones and all that, it's almost like for at least for people like me, it's like watching a brand new movie because you get to see this stuff. This one's released by Blue Underground. I've heard of that company. It's been around. So it is not rated. That's what it's rated. It's 101 minutes. So I'm not sure. I'm not as familiar with the film. It's obviously just another zombie type flick. Monsters at Play gave it a review of saying good fun, a guilty pleasure of the highest degree. So the back. Let's read the back because I have not paid $10 for this. I think I used my points and got it for five, but it was listed for $9.99. So let's see here. It says the creeping dead. I'm sorry, I need glasses. When the creeping dead devour the living flesh, an accident at a chemical plant unleashes a horrific virus. An elite SWAT team is sent to New Guinea, uh, to investigate. But when they arrive on the hellish island, they discover a plague of flesh-eating zombies. It almost sounds, well, you could say that because it's from 1980. Dawn of the Dead was 78, and that released a lot of copies of other places, other zombie movies, especially coming out of Italy. We all know Lucio Fulci did a lot of this stuff. So anyway, this seems pretty interesting. When I hear when it's like always like on an island and all that, you obviously think about a lot of those other ones. I think, when did Zombie come out? Somebody will know. I want to say maybe Zombie was 79. right before this. I think I'm thinking. So anyway, looking forward to actually watching that. It being an Italian film, I kind of know what to expect. So we'll see how that turns out. All right. The other one here is a one by Full Moon Pictures. If you are familiar with Full Moon Pictures, they're an independent film company. I'm not sure if they're the ones that are producing it, or I'm not as, like I said, I'm not as like totally into it, like all the history on them. But remembered Full Moon Pictures from the videotape days, and they're very independent films. Charles Band was in a lot of. In fact, this one's produced by him because Puppet Master, Retro Puppet Master. I paid $5 for this. I just thought I remember seeing this on videotape. I did remember watching this on videotape. It's rated PG-13, so you can't expect too much like gore and violence and all that. But it's one of those. It's kind of a throw. It's part of the Puppet Master series. It may not have been one of the better ones. I do not remember it. It's probably an indication, but I figured I'd pick it up anyway because I always remembered. I remember when I was younger and I saw this, I thought, wow, that'd be so cool to actually make one of these heads. And I saw it and how so crude they were. And I thought, man, I could do that, like out of a piece of wood or something. They probably did this out of clay. And looking back at this, more than likely, definitely out of clay and not wood. Um, but it's interesting. Always liked the doctor character. The doctor character was always my favorite. This is the one I tried to watch last night. I didn't get very far in it. Again, total cheese. Definitely a total cheese movie. The one Full Moon Picture releasing whatever that always stood out for me. That's been my favorite. I actually used to have a copy of it. I don't have a copy anymore, and it actually became quite rare. Is the movie Dolls? Dolls is a really good one. I like that one. That's an '80s one, done really well. I wouldn't say if you're looking for like a gore fest, not the one to watch, but I always remember the VHS cover when I was younger and seeing the doll holding the eyeballs out, and then the mouth was semi skeleton. So that was really cool. All right, last one up on the list is The Forest. This one is actually it's been in and out of print. There was actually a releasing of it on Blu-ray not too long ago, and I think it's out of print again. It just kind of happens that way. It's done by the same company, this Code Red distribution company. I remember having this not too long. I mean, well, I always say not too long ago, like 15 years ago. Um, it, if I can recall, it wasn't that awesome. I don't remember it, which again is a bad thing. But it was 17.99. This one was a pretty penny. But I also don't mind supporting the record stores. If you go into the woods today, you might not get out alive. Daddy's gone hunting. Uh, what I remember about this was the cover art was way cooler than the movie. There's a lot of these forest movies. I'm a woods, backwoods, into the woods, cabin in the woods. I am such a sucker for those. I mean, I always end up falling for them. It even talks about the other ones. Don't go in the woods alone. Whatever that one was. It's one of the better ones. I like it. It's totally just a goof of a movie. The other one is Just Before Dawn. That's another. That's a decent one. It's again nothing like nothing spectacular. I think people like hype it up more than it needs to be. Just being honest. But it's that campy type backwoods movies. Um, the other ones that Madman is a good one. Madman is a pretty decent one. I actually still am searching around for that one. I can probably get on Amazon. Um, but this one, I do recall that it was like the cover art was way cooler than the movie itself. Two couples planning a trip into the forest, but they didn't count on a killer on the loose, a taster of human flesh. Haunted by the ghosts of his children. The killer is eventually double crossed. as the ghosts come to aid the campers. Don't remember that at all. The back of the cover looks like you got a scene of somebody, obviously it looks like some kind of Friday the 13th thing going on. Hand with the knife. Um, Crazy guy, in his, backwoods outfit holding a big old Bowie knife. And, of course, you got this what looks to be some kind of like almost like a Jamie Lee Curtis looking wannabe thing going on there. So yeah, I haven't seen this in a long time. It's probably really awful as I remember it, and that's another reason why this is one of those that I did not want to pay. That I think because it's like if you want the Blu-ray version of it, I think it's like 50, $60. And whenever it's like when it gets to those prices, I mean, the movie has to be really freaking good for me to want to pay those kind of prices for it. And it has to be a movie I will watch over and over again. I am a collector of physical media, so I can't get off of that. So anyhow, got a couple surprises for you here at the end of this, if you're still even here. A couple that I've actually, one I picked up at a different store, a different physical media store a little bit before that, which is, Throw Me, Night of the Creeps. Did not have it in the collection, saw it, figured I better have it. This one's a director's cut. It's not released by anybody that it's not like Scream Factory or anything like that, which I love Scream Factory. This is just looks like just a standard releasing of the movie. It is the director's cut. Not sure. I don't recall watching this a whole lot back in the VHS days. I may have seen this on the Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs on TNT late at night. I remember. I think I may have seen that originally then. But it's got also, it's got Tom Atkins in it doing his usual shtick in his 80s horror, which is just awesome. So, yeah, that's what that one picked up. This one here is a hidden gem, I think, I feel, 90s. Uh, I saw this in the 90s, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. It's a pretty cool movie. I think it flies under the radar a lot, but I think it does have a cult following. I think a lot of people do enjoy it and have it, and that is Tales from the Hood. Tales from the Hood. Saw this. It was just such a cool. It's a cool concept. Clarence Williams. Basically he's the crypt keeper. I'm not gonna. If you haven't seen it, I'm not gonna ruin the thing for it. Clarence Williams. Uh, he's always played really creepy characters. One of them that always stands out is in 52 Pickup with Roy Scheider and Anne Margaret. He plays one of the assassins in it. God, he's just wacky in it. This one he's the Crypt Keeper, and he definitely plays the ultimate creep out role. It's exactly almost what it sounds like. There's a couple in here that I really always stuck in my mind back when I saw it. The one is the story of the boy that draws the pictures of the monster, and that pictures that he draws, the kid when he messes with it and does things, that's in a sense that's the voodoo doll of the monster, and so that's how he ends up getting rid of him. But that one's always been a really cool episode, and the other one is the guy that is haunted by the little dolls in the plantation house that he buys. That he's a really dirtball of a character, but then of course the dolls come alive and get him, and so that one was always the other one that those two episodes in their stories in that always stuck with me. Always liked it, but I always like movies like that, the '90s. Type of movies like this. The other one that I want to just throw out there real quick is a really good one that came out in the very early 90s. It's got William Sadler and Bill Paxton in it. Is Trespass. Also, Ice-T, Ice Cube, so they had a lot of the hip hop guys in it, so that really made it super cool. That movie's an awesome movie. It's not a horror movie, but it's right along those lines of if you're a really big fan of the 90s Tales from the Crypt series and stuff like that from HBO, like I am, because a lot of that is what my childhood is totally founded on. So anyway, yeah, awesome stuff. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.